Hi, welcome to another episode of thisisdipo.com. As you can see, I have someone special with you today by the name Mr. Emmanuel Isaac Osana.
Yes.
Mr. Emmanuel, you are welcome to thisisdipo.com.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
And some weeks ago, I was checking through your Facebook page and I saw something that you are trying to launch a book called Help I'm in Love.
Yes.
No, just before you explain this, just try to tell us about yourself.
Yeah, well, just like he said already, my name is Emmanuel Osana-Isaac Emmanuel, and I come from Nigeria, but currently I live in Finland. You know, there's this passion, and every man is driven by passion. And for me, that passion is to see people go back to the originality of life they are supposed to live. Now, one of the challenges we find in our world today is that people's homes and marriages are being, sent to comatose. And the reason, if we trace it properly, is the foundation. And so instead of attacking the problem from the top, we decide to go back to the foundation. And that's why we have this book on the table.
What really motivated you to write this book? Where does the unction, where does it come from?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Dipo. Now, just like I said earlier when I was trying to introduce myself and my past experiences, I have had to counsel people time and time again on these same issues. A lady comes to tell me that, hey, she's dating some guy she wants to get married to, but all of a sudden it's like the guy doesn't love her as much as he used to, or she comes, all sorts of stories and different things that have come up.
The problem, the challenge, the experience during their marriage, their
relationships, not necessarily marriages, relationships. Because a good marriage starts from a good relationship. If the marriage is going to be wonderful, it's going to be fruitful, then it means the foundations should have been properly laid in the courtship. And so with all these issues coming around, I discovered that I was saying the same thing over and over to people. I tell the same thing to A today, B comes tomorrow with almost the same kind of challenge. So I discovered that it is a peculiar challenge that young people face. A lot of times we fall in love, we do not even understand what we've gone into. And so I just thought, instead of having to repeat these things many times with my mouth over and over again, why don't you just say everything once and for put in a book, in a well-packaged material, and everybody could go through this and get solutions. I'm not promising that all the solutions to life, are in this book. No, they are not. No, but you could get practical solutions, not just what the Bible says, but practical solutions to issues that you face in your marriage, in your relationship, and that you may face in your marriage. Now, the target here is relationships, because a proper relationship, a good foundation set in the relationship will determine the speed at which the marriage will go.
Yeah, I would like you to know that I ordered a copy of your book yesterday for my family.
It's good. That's good.
Yeah, on the website, and it costs like
$11.95.
Yes, that's like €9
That's
for the soft cover and $20 for the hard cover. And I ordered one for my family because, despite me being a married man, it doesn't matter. I don't have to learn. Marriage is all about learning.
Yes,
Nobody's perfectly married.
It's even though we wrote the book with singles in mind, married people would benefit a lot, because this is the point. If you are in the fourth year of your university education and you are trying to do your thesis and you are finding something difficult, what do? You consult some books from the first year. Consulting books from the first year would give you hints of some things you didn't know. Maybe if you had known them, you won't be facing the problem you are facing today. So even married people that are facing one challenge or the other, you can go back to this book and find out, hey, where is it possible that I missed it? In my courtship, and it's still possible to correct something, because this is the point, Mr. Dipo. Marriage comes from what we call love. So even if you are married and you do not even understand the basic concept of love, you have a problem in the first place.
Love is a process.
Yes.
It started from friendship to relationship.
Yes.
From relationship to courtship, and from courtship to marriageship.
Okay.
Which stage are you now? And why do you think marriage is a process? That is it compulsory or is it expedient that every person must experience those processes?
It's a process. It is not marriage that is a process. You know, it's not the marriage that is a process. Marriage is a state. It's a place you get to. You get to a place and then you begin to live your married life. Of course, the things that happen in marriage go from one stage to the other. But when we are talking about graduating from being a single, you know, to being married, then that is the process. You know, first of all, this is my definition of that process. First of all, as a guy or as a lady, you need to learn how to get along with people of same sex with you. I'm a guy, for example. I need to learn how to get along with fellow guys. Because if I do not know how to get along with guys, I don't know how to get along with people. Now, when I learn how to get along with guys, I should also learn how to get along with people of the opposite sex. Because my wife is going to be of the opposite sex. And so what that means is that I should learn how to also have female friends. There are some people that will teach you to be very strict, you know, do not shake people, do not hug people, and so many things like that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we have problems in marriages today. In this book, there's a concept I call the double diamond of death. It is being either too careless on one side or being too careful on the other side. None of those two parts are good. It is the double diamond of death, I call it. You know, and so you need to learn how to relate with people of the opposite sex. Now, having done that, you now need to learn how to relate with one single particular person of that opposite sex. Now, this is the challenge. When you love somebody, you get your emotions in a lock with that person, and it becomes easy, possible, and in fact, directly, I don't know how I'm going to put that, but it becomes easy to get hurt by that single person you love. And this is the point. I love you. Because I love you, my emotions are locked to you. In other words, my emotions are on overdrive when it has to do with you. And so even things that Mr. John or Miss Jane would do that will not hurt me, it will hurt me when you do it. Why? My emotions are on overdrive. In the book, I called it hyperactive emotions. My emotions are on overdrive when it has to do with you. And so the emotions of love, the emotions of anger, the emotions of hate, even the emotions that cause violence, every one of them, they are on overdrive. And so it means I could take decisions based on my emotions when it comes to you. For example, you get me maybe a gift that I like. The emotion of affection goes into a bubbly state of hyperactivity. I can do anything for you at that moment. But then say you say a word that I do not like. The emotion of anger goes into an hyperactive state of activity.
The spontaneous emotion.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so it means I could also make decisions, I could also act based on those emotions at that point. In courtship, I now need to learn how to relate with you, given the fact that my emotions are on overdrive when it has to do with you. Now, when I learn how to do this, marriage becomes a walk in the park. Because hey, I already learned how to relate with you when we're courting. And so in marriage, we go ahead as smoothly as we possibly can. One of the reasons why a lot of marriages and homes are in chaos all the time is because instead of learning how to relate in courtship, all we're busy doing was sleeping together and having sex.
Mr. Emmanuel,
yeah.
Those that were heartbroken, how can this book help them out?
Yes. That's a very powerful question, and that's a very serious issue.
Because even right here in Finland,
yeah,
I have some friends, some colleagues, maybe from long distance. They have a relationship with someone, maybe in Finland or outside Finland,
yeah.
Nigeria or Africa, any other places or whatever. But those people, they love them with all their heart. But at the end, those one, the lady, or their boyfriend or their girlfriend, they broke their heart. And because of that, they don't want to get involved in any relationship because they were confused. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
How can this book help them out? Because there are many people in this country, in Finland, also in Europe and abroad, that they are facing such problems.
That's true.
That's true. I have to go back to Africa. I have to go back home to my country to get a woman. And there are many people here you can get if you are really focused. How can help me, I'm in love, help them?
Now, when you are heartbroken, it's literally someone ripped out your heart. Somebody took your love for granted. It literally means that all the emotional investment you put in somebody did not yield profit. And that's what it means when your heart is broken. Now, in Help I'm in Love, there are things that are outlined there to help you, one, heal, because that's the first thing you need to do. When your heart is broken, you need to heal. You need to heal. It doesn't matter the kind of message or the kind of gospel you preach to those people. It won't make sense. You need to heal. Now, but when you heal, you need to learn things that are outlined there to help you, one, heal, because that's the first thing you need to do. When your heart is broken, you need to heal. You need to heal. It doesn't matter the kind of message or the kind of gospel you preach to those people. It won't make sense. You need to heal. Now, but when you heal, you need to learn how to love again and love properly. This is one challenge that I see a lot of young people face. When we fall in love, as we say, we fall in love. Many times we do it so blindly. But this is it. Love is not blind. In fact, love is wearing medicated glasses.
Of course.
Love can see clearly.
Of course.
Infatuation is what is blind. And so we do not fall. That's how to learn how to love properly. But when you've been heartbroken, you do not want to go through that experience again. You need to do it the right time.
Have you ever been heartbroken?
No.
The love of your life, is she your first love?
Yes. Of course, I know I had a crush on people one time or the other in my life. But this person was the first relationship I started. And it's the last relationship I'm going to have in my life. And it's not because I knew how to love and all that when I started, but I've learned along the way.
And how do you apply the attributes behind this book into your life, into your relationship?
My relationship, my life, my love life works. It works. You cannot believe how incredibly well it works. It works. It works because most of the principles in this book that are given out to people as counsel and that I've put down in this book are things that I have practicalized. I have tested them on myself. I've made mistakes, fine. But I've tested these principles and they work. Mr. Dipo, they work.
That's fantastic.
They work. I do not go through all the issues that a lot of people go through because we have tried to lay a solid foundation for our lives. Laid a solid foundation and done things right. Now, it's like a walk in the park. It's easy to love her and it's easy for her to love me. I understand her, she understands me. We have our differences because we are different people. But we know how to work our way around those differences.
How can the Finnish people benefit from the mystery behind this book? Because this book was written in English.
Yes.
No. Do you have any plan of translating it in Finnish?
Currently, we're already working on plans. The vision for this book, because like I said earlier, everything you do in life needs to have a vision. Now, this book, the vision for this book is for it to be translated into at least 5 different languages. At least. It could expand beyond that. But currently, we're already working on translating the book into Finnish and Swedish. Because that's the environment we live currently. The book was published in the United States of America, and so we are trying to get another edition published in the Finnish language and in the Swedish language. We are working on that already, and very soon I hope and I believe it will roll into the market.
During the process of writing this book, what challenges do you experience?
Oh, there were so many challenges. Like with every project and every vision, there are setbacks. There are people who come around to tell you that, hey, you're not doing it right. There are people who are probably jealous, but feel the best way to pass it across is to put you down. There are so many things like that. And then there's also my own factor. There are times where you get discouraged because as a writer, you could write a chapter 10 times. You write it, you don't like it when you read it, you rewrite it and all that. And so sometimes it gets frustrating and you're not getting the exact inspiration you want to get. And so many times one get lazy about it. And so those were some challenges that I faced in writing. In publishing, of course, money and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, everyone that has a vision pursues his vision to the end. And that's what makes you a success. Because you pursue your vision and you run with it till you achieve your goal.
So, when writing this book in Nigeria,
yeah,
and when you are writing it in Finland also, between the two eras, which one really motivated you to put more focus? in making this book a reality?
Yeah, truth be told, focus is easy when you're in Finland, actually. Maybe people...
Why do you say that?
No, because for me, I think the environment here is conducive. I could go into a library, you know, and with the comfort of the environment, write what I'm writing. You know, there is the internet that is available for me. So if I quickly need to check something up online, I could quickly do that. When I was writing the part of the book I wrote back home in Nigeria, took me longer than the part that I wrote, you know, down here in Finland. It was easier to write down here in Finland because of the environment and the facilities that we already have in place. Yeah,
that's really fantastic, because I was trying to check some of the acknowledgements or some brief abstract you wrote about this book.
Yeah.
It was really a dynamic of emotions.
It is.
I can see the force.
It is indeed.
Try to pump it out. So, Mr. Emmanuel,
yeah,
what do you have to tell the viewers?
Now, from the beginning of the world, the desire to love and to be loved has plagued man. Today, all the challenges and crises we have in this world, they stem from people whose love life were not, you know, good enough. Maybe the parent did not love the child properly, or the child did not feel the parent loved him properly. And so, understanding the best way to lead your love life is the best thing you could possibly do in your life. Now, this is one way you can understand that. By getting this book, you one, understand if what you currently think is love or not. Two, you understand the pitfalls, you know, on the part of love. Because sincerely, when people are in love, there are pitfalls, there are pits here and there. In fact, we say we fall in love, you know, as if love is a pit, you know, something that we fall into, something like that. And also, two, you understand the pitfalls and how to avoid them. Three, you understand how to love one person. You understand how to love another human being. People are complicated, human beings are also complicated, you know. So you understand how to love another human being. I think people that getting this book will be the best investment we have probably made this year. It's not really expensive. It's just $11.95, and then in euros, it's around €9 or something.
And do you have a web page where people can order?
Yes.
Online.
Now, the website of the book is currently being designed, but the book already has a fan page on Facebook. You could just go to your Facebook search bar and search for help and in love. Like the page, and the links to order the book online, they are available there.
What about the web press, westbowpress.com?
Yes. You can also go to www.westbowpress.com. Those are the agents that are responsible for the marketing of the book online. So when you go to westbowpress.com, just search for either my name, Emmanuel Osana-Isaac, or you search for Help I'm in Love. Instantly, in a split second, you get the book and you can order it. Now, when you order the book, it gets to you in, it takes about 3, 4, 5 days.
Mr. Emmanuel, I really appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. It was really fantastic. It was really great. I don't even know what to say, because our viewers too, they will know that you did something nice, you did something right.
I think you've done your bit, and you are really doing a very nice job as well. In fact, you sound like someone that could be a writer to me. Some of those quotes that you keep giving, boosting your mental faculty, books being mental boosters, you know, those are materials for a good book to come. So sometime in the future, maybe we'll also get a book from you as well.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Thank you very much.
Help I'm in Love by Emmanuel Isaac Osana. Let's try to appreciate his ministry. Let's try to encourage his ideology. Let's try to appreciate and encourage his philosophy. He did a great job. Someone that sat down to wrote this book, think, bring something, or rather the mystery behind falling in love. Man, my brothers, my sisters, this guy did a great job, and I want all of us to order a copy of this book. It doesn't cost too much, just $11. Yes. That's around
€9.
That's like €9.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you anything. You can go to a S-Burger to order something, to buy something like a burger or cheese. It costs some of us €5 to €7. So why can't we buy this book? Because this book will be an addition in your life, and not a subtraction. It will be a positive things and not a negative things. It will make you to be a leader, and also it will make you to be an achiever, and to make you to have a successful, to experience a successful relationship in your life, in your marriage. Just get this book and eat it, drink it, absorb it, digest it. And begin to deliver it out to your other fellows. Begin to impact their life, telling them the mystery behind this book, so that you won't be the partaker. You begin to deliver the mystery behind this book to your other fellows. Thank you very much. Mr. Emmanuel, thank you. I really appreciate it.
It was nice to be on the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you have done.
And I'm sure when you are done with reading this book, you will also see the change that will occur in your perception of love as a concept, and how it applies to your own family as well.
You know, of course, when my wife read the abstract from your Facebook page, she said that this book is a dope. Sorry for using that word. It's something great. It's a boom.
It is. You know, if I talk about the book so much, people will think, hey, because it's the author is talking about it. But I dare you, read this book and challenge me. Read the book and go to the Facebook page and post anything you want to post there. Because sincerely, the only thing you are going to be able to say would be how it has changed your life. I am 105% sure of that.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Thank you very much.
Let's try to encourage his ministry. Let's appreciate his ministry. Let's appreciate his ideas, his philosophy, his ideology. He did a very good job. And I'm telling you, in everything you do, with God, diligence, coupled with determination, inculcating with the attribute of the forerunner, I urge you all, you will always be solid in everything you do. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
Thank you very much.